So you were little. You just told me as we were prepping that you were 2 years old, right? When your parents separated and about 4 when they divorced. Is that what you
Yep.
said? Okay.
Right around my birthday, I remember it was kind of an awkward birthday. My fourth birthday, we was at a funplex place
Mm.
there.
And I remember aren't you like a February birthday? So we're talking like
Yeah.
for
Yeah. Right. I think it was right around Valentine's Day they got divorced.
perfect.
But I just remember how awkward that was when I wanted my dad to stay for my birthday. But I remember him telling me he can't. And I was like, I didn't understand it. And I was like, Mom, can he stay? Can he stay? And she didn't even respond to me. And just went about trying to get the party moving along. And my dad just said, he kneeled down, got down, gave me a big hug kiss, and said he had to go.
And you
So
were 4. So like you were turning 4.
yeah, I was turning 4.
That's a pretty early memory for a little kid. Like you remember that pretty poignantly.
Yeah, I do actually. Cause it was my dad. He did stay for a little bit. He gave me my first baseball glove and bat at that birthday. So that was like the first time I got like a real official baseball glove and bat. And I just remember we were trying to do the putt golfing and stuff. And I was like, stay. And he's like, I can't stay for the whole party. And I was just like, why? And he's like, you'll understand probably when you get older. But he was just like, I can't tell you either. It was awkward. And it was like one of those things that I found out as I got older that it was my mom kind of pushing him out and holding him at bay, and keeping him at that distance and not allowing him to partake in some of those things.
So you're a freshman. Like
This is for question.
also, I don't want to like lose our collective memory about Columbine because everyone should remember it. So tell us whatever you want to tell us about what happened. And your experience of it, because I don't want to like lose the chance to memorialize this for people and to remind people of what happened.
Just to kind of let you know, my sister's 2 years older than me. She was friends with the shooters.
So she was a senior.
She was
First
a
junior.
junior.
Okay, so she was their junior year at Columbine,
Yep.
and the date was April, right?
April 20th, 1999.
Okay, April 20th. And so you're at the end of your freshman year, and she's
Yep.
at the end of her junior year, and she was friends with the shooters.
Yeah. And he was
You
dating.
knew them through her a little bit, or knew
I-
them at least.
Yes. So they would come over to my house all the time and hang out.
Okay.
But when you see those pictures of like the trench coat mafia, the name of the clique, the friend group that they had, like you with like all over Oprah and everywhere else, like my sister's right there in all of that.
Okay.
So, and my sister was dating Chris Morris at the time, and they were high school sweethearts. They did get married, and then they got divorced.
And was Chris Morris friends with Eric and Dylan?
Yes, and he was the guy that was incorrectly identified, I think, by some news outlets that he was a possible shooter. He wasn't even there in the vicinity of it when it happened. And so there's all those speculations and conspiracy theories too, of like why he wasn't there because he had to have known. Whatever, I don't think that at all. I've known Chris too, and I thought Chris was just a young punk teenager too at the time, and he just wrapped up in the wrongness of what had happened.
Did these guys actually wear trench coats all the time anyway? Or was this trench coat thing like the day of?
No, they wore trench coats all the time.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's dusters. Trench coat
Dusters. Yeah. Like they almost like cowboy dusters, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it. And so the morning of, I go to a couple classes, and then I remember I was kind of late coming down to lunch because I stopped off in the library real quick, and then I went back.
By the way, in the library is where a lot of the carnage happened, for those who don't know.
Correct. And then I went down to grab my lunch, and then I remember seeing a small number of my friends. So of the group of friends that we sit at lunch together, Daniel Rowell, Lance Berkeley, and Sean Graves, I saw them going out the side door to go eat outside because it was a nice morning that day.
That's spring
morning.
day.
Yeah, it was like, yes, like let's go outside. Let's
Yeah, it's
enjoy
like you're
this.
starting to smell the cut grass and be like,
Yeah, and
"And slow
prom
your
had just
recipe."
happened, and you could just tell on everybody the school year's ending,
Yeah,
and everybody's getting that summer itch,
yeah.
and just ready to go and enjoy their summer, right? And so, um, I remember trying to get my lunch real quick, and then I just gotten paid for my Subway sandwich, and I remember grabbing a seat real quick and cracking a few jokes with some friends, and they were just being friends and being teenagers, talking trash to each other. And then I was like, I'm gonna get up and go and turn around and go outside. And then I remember hearing the boom as I got to sit up, is some loud boom, and I was like, what? And it made me snap my head around even faster. And then you start hearing the sound of kind of like it's gunfire, but you're thinking like, where is it at? What's going on? And you hear what you would think is kind of like fireworks, right? But it's not like the normal fireworks that you used to in the tempo of like a long thing of black cats going off, right? Like, right? It was more broken up, at a different cadence. And then you're kind of like going like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And I remember looking out the window and I could see Daniel Robal drop to the ground, getting shot. And then I remember seeing Lance Pickler trying to jump over the fence that they just recently installed off to the side there where the stairs that led up, on the exterior, the outside. And then Sean was trying to push his way back into the door, and that's where he was shot too as well. And so I remember kind of grabbing him and pulling him in, and teachers were coming out of the teacher's lounge because it was right there in the corner, and they're like, what's going on?
When did
And
you notice, like, at this moment, like, when do you know, "Oh my god, this is a school shooting?"
this is right here, right where
Like, right then when you're and those are your friends that you just saw go outside?
yeah.
Okay.
As I was coming down the stairs, I could see them heading outside.
Were they freshmen too?
Yes.
Okay. So this is
Well,
like some of your
Lance
friends.
Kirkland was not. Lance is the sophomore.
Okay, but these are some of your buddies.
Yep. And then, um, and then that's when like another kid, Matt Katzenmeyer, like grabbed me by the shirt and pulled me back. And that's when I just realized like, this is what's going on. This is the shooting. Oh my God. And I remember running through the cafeteria yelling, get down, and screaming. And I just remember like a tidal wave of people just went down like a wave, and jumped underneath the tables. And
Wasn't there
then,
something about you, like, you could have just left and you didn't? Like, instead I mean, I thought there was something too where remember you telling me the story a long time ago, like, that you could have protected yourself more, but you were trying to help other people.
yeah, I could have just ran out and
Yeah.
just ran across and not said anything else and yelled it down. I just had the fight or flight kicked in with me. And yeah, I did have some flight because I would running through the cafeteria to run away from the direction where I had identified where the firing was taking place. But this urge of this loud scream came out of my body, my gut, and it was the loudest I think I've ever been. And I'm a loud person. And it was get down. And I just at the top of my lungs and deep from my chest. And part of me felt like I needed to do more. I needed to do something else because I ran around the corner and then I came back out again where the bathrooms were on the other side of the cafeteria, leading into there was like these tucked away bathrooms leading into behind the auditorium stage. And then I came back out and slid down at these tables. And then I remember seeing the janitors, and I remember seeing Dave, the teacher, running through.
Yeah.
And then I
That's the
remember
teacher that passed away, right?
correct. He was
Well, what was his last name?
Sanders.